Hello friends and followers, welcome back to TJ's Modeling Bench. I have been working on the Dart this week as well as the IndyCar, but the Dart, I'm making progress. I swear I'm making progress. So I've just got a few things I want to show you on this update. It's currently sitting in my dehydrator after having shot some clear on it. So I've got the color down, I've got the clear on it. I have yet to do, I'm putting a black vinyl top on it. But before I can put the top on it, I need to do I need to mask off my window frames and the rest of the body, obviously, because I don't want to get any of that on the body color. But all my window frames need to be masked off so that when I'm done with the vinyl top, I can go back in with my bare metal foil and do my window trims before I put the window glass in. At least in my head, that's the way I'm thinking I need to do it. I have a bad habit of creating a plan and then I get excited and I miss a step. All right, things don't go the way I had it planned because I rushed through it. So I'm trying not to do that, and obviously I'm not rushing on this build. It's already 2 months late, but we're getting there. All right, but hang on, let me turn the camera around and I will show you a few things that I've been working on. All right, I'm adding a few more details to my Dart. I had picked up this from Model Car Garage. It's for the 68 Dodge Mr. Norm's Dodge Dart, but there are things on it that you can obviously use with the other kits. You can see on here I've used the fan blades, the steering wheel spokes, obviously the grille inserts, the center console insert, some pedal, sorry, had a creepy crawly on the counter here, pedals, door handles, or not door handles, but window crank handles. So a lot of this can be used on any of the Dart kits, really, as long as they're the proper scale. So anyway, that said, I had an idea. So I've cut out there the photo etch rear view mirror, right? The rear view mirror, this is a bevel trim that goes around it. And then this is the mirror mount that will attach to the windshield. But I had an idea about making the mirror more mirror-like. So this is a piece of window film. And I actually have this on the two windows that I have here in my shop. The south-facing window is a dormer window and it gets a lot of sun. So I use this to help reflect some of that sun and in turn keep a little bit of the heat out of here. And then I have a window on the west side. That doesn't get quite as much sun because there's more trees to my west, but still, to help improve or help out, I guess, the air conditioner, allowing it to keep up with the heat, I've installed this on windows. Anyway, so this is leftover window film, a reflective window film. And what I've done here is I've brushed a little bit of the micro metal foil adhesive onto this rear view mirror piece. And it's mostly dry. It's tacky now. And I've attached all this to a piece of tape just so they don't go flying off and disappearing somewhere in the room. But the adhesive is only on the actual mirror portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this on there, right, and give it a good burnishing down. All right, and we'll let this sit for a while and make sure that adhesive is fully tacked up. And then what I'll do is I'll just come back around and we'll trim that foil around it. But I think, and okay, it's not glass smooth, but I do think it creates a better mirror finish in this case. I'm gonna use some of this tacky tack to help kind of press that down. See if we can get it into a more even, flat, reflective piece. That looks pretty good though. I'm going to do the same thing for the side mirrors, except I'm going to glue my foil straight onto a thin piece of styrene, and then once that's dry, I'm going to put it in my punch, and we'll punch it out as one complete piece. And you can see the center of the mirror. This punch fits that pretty perfectly. And then what I might do even is the edge of the plastic after it's punched, we'll paint that black so that white doesn't show. It'll kind of give it that look of a separate mirror sitting in the mirror housing, if that makes sense. Another detail I'm working on is the brake master cylinder, and I'm not adding brake lines to the bottom of the chassis, but I'm trying to dress up the engine compartment just a little bit more. So I bent some small wire, and I've drilled out these ports for the hydraulic lines, and we're going to glue those in there. And then I'll cut this length down some once I get it installed. I left them long on purpose just so I could, hide them down behind the engine against the firewall. But obviously if they're too long, they'll stick out the bottom, and I don't want that. So I didn't want them too short because I want to be able to let them kind of disappear. So that's all I did with that. And been doing some detail painting. So here's our battery, and I'm still debating whether or not to use the photo etch battery clamps. I don't know. This battery is actually molded to look like there's a clamp on it already, so I'm not sure. I might drill a small hole right up near the top and then run the wire in to the side there and one over here. I'm uncertain about that yet, so I got time to think about it. What else have we got here? Let's see. I believe this is the windshield wiper motor. This is your steering gearbox. This is some kind of reservoir, and it's kind of hard to see, but okay, the reservoir itself is a semi-gloss black, but then the cap I used NATO black. It's a very subtle difference, but it is different. And then our horn, I kind of did the same thing. It's semi-gloss black, and then I kind of dry brushed the NATO black over the raised detail of the horn. And we got our radiator cap on the radiator. So little by little, we're getting there. I've got the body is in my dehydrator now. It's got the body color paint on it. Then I will clear coat that, and then I'm going to spray a black vinyl top on it. But I'll have to do all my window trim with the bare metal foil and get my windows probably in before I got to think about that. I'm not real sure how I'm going to approach it. All right, got one punched out. Getting ready to punch out the second. All right, there we go. Our two side mirrors. Now, I'm just going to lay this on here temporarily. Oops. Yeah. Come on. Right? Dang. like it was meant to be there. So something to consider if you can find some of that silver reflective window film. It makes a great mirror. This is where I'm currently at. All the bits and bobs are done. I need to wet sand this clear coat that's been sprayed. It's not real shiny. I'm hoping, now I've never wet sanded, so I'm hoping that helps bring it out, and then of course polish it. And then I also need to mask off all my window frames, and we'll spray this for our black vinyl roof. I've had this for a little while. I have not used it. I might spray a test piece of plastic just to see how it works, how much air pressure I need to use, whether or not I need to thin it, which I don't think so. It's pretty thin. So we'll see. All right, so there you have this week's update. Hopefully, I was kind of hoping to have it done by the end of this month, but realistically, that's not going to happen now. I mean, the end of the month is literally just a week away. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to get this one done soon. I'm working on the Indy car. I'm going to actually try to get that one pretty well done by next weekend. It's a much simpler kit. I'm not doing anything crazy to it. I'm not doing any scratch building on it, really. It's just a basic out-of-the-box kit with a couple minor little details I'm improving on it. But thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry you guys have to wait so long to see something get done. Look, this isn't my job, right? I have life outside of my workshop, unfortunately. Anyways, till the next update, peace and love, y'all.